afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. I got a very special RV we're going to review today. This is my dad's personal coach, one he's been using for the past year, and I'm going to list it today because he is going to upgrade to something a little bigger, and so we're going to sell it. This is a 2012 Dynamax Isata F-Series model 310. I'm very partial to the Dynamaxes, guys. I own one myself. Of course, mine is about half this size and a few years older. It's nothing like this. This is the Mac Daddy of the Super Cs. I mean, 550 Ford chassis, 2-ton chassis, 6.7 Powerstroke diesel with 300 horsepower, 660 pound-feet of torque, only 32,000 miles, and runs and drives perfectly. 4-wheel drive motorhome. Guys, I'm on Facebook. I see people with homemade 4-wheel drive vans selling them for 100 grand plus. Used homemade vans. And you can buy this for $139.9. 3 times the size. And Dad just got back. We got back a couple weeks ago from the Florida Keys. Took a 2-week trip down there. They had some kind of party going on. So he left a little early. He didn't know about. He left before they got too crazy. So he brought it back. And during that trip, he decided this has been a great motor home. He's had it for about a year. And he just wants something bigger. He's starting to look at the new Mars Superstars. Or he may even go back to like a 40-foot plus diesel pusher. He bought this one about a year ago, decided he wanted to go smaller like I did, and went with the same brand I did. He's just trying to show me up and bought this. But it's been a good one, guys. Now, last year he did put all new Michelins all the way around it, 19.5-inch Michelins. They've got about 4,000 miles on them now. He did lose a wheel center on this last trip. I've already got one ordered for it, so it's going to have an OEM Ford wheel center. We'll put it on as soon as it comes in the next couple of days. I mean, guys, this unit has got every option you can think of. New, this thing back in 2012 prices was about $280,000 new with the options. It's got a beautiful multi-stage full body paint. Like I said, Dynamax, this is not a mass-produced big box brand. This was built about a month before Forest River took over Dynamax. This is back when Dynamax was an independent manufacturer, and this is one of the last ones they built before Forest River bought them out. So again, this is not one of those mass-produced, cheaper quality motorhomes. This is, you bought a new Dynamax back then, you know, you wanted the best. Of course, by George, you paid for the best, but you got what you paid for. So this is a whole different level of motorhome besides a Thor Freedom Elite or a Coachman Freelander like I normally shoot. Does have the optional Dynaride air suspension, so you've got an onboard compressor that automatically levels your airbags when you drive your air suspension. You do have a power awning. You've got 2 slide outs, both with awning toppers. The awning looks great. It's the acrylic cloth-like material. He is leaving the Blue Ox tow bar system on there for you. You just have to have the brackets for whatever vehicle you're going to tow. Everything on this RV works, guys. And I'll tell you about a couple of the upgrades he's done to it as we go around it. Tow capacity. It does have a Class 4 hitch. It's a Super C, so you know this thing's going to tow a lot of weight. According to the factory brochure, depending on how you load the camper and how much weight you put in, or in the RV, of course, it can tow up to 15,500 pounds. That's why most people drive Super Cs, because of the extended tow capacity. Of course, now he's got a little Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. He tows behind it. That's all he tows with it, so it's not like he's towed a lot of weight with it. Of course, he's got the power cord, some hoses and stuff he's going to leave with it. 50 amp electrical service, of course. This is what that wheel center looks like that I've got ordered for it. So 6 kW Onan diesel generator with 230 hours on it, running right now, powering everything inside. Does have a fiberglass roof, 2 ducted roof airs. They're both 13,500 Dometic, low profile. We did add a Renogy dual 200-watt solar kit to this last year with a 30-amp charge controller going to the dual 180-amp-hour batteries, house batteries, and it does have a 3,000-watt Xantrix Freedom inverter. So it's got everything and anything and everything you could want in a Super C. I mean, it's got everything Class A's got. It's even got hydraulic leveling jacks, hydraulic slide outs, 4 seasons insulation. I mean, this thing is a beast, guys. Look at the front end. It's got the diamond shield protected on the front end. I mean, this thing is an awesome machine. It does have the satellite dish on the roof, 360 over-the-air antenna, on-demand water heater, 6-gallon DSI, gas electric water heater. It does have a big furnace. I mean, this thing's kept in a garage as long as he's had it. And obviously the people before him that's had it probably did the same thing, as you can tell from the outside. I mean, this thing's in beautiful condition. And like I said, Dad is, you're talking about a man who's owned RVs for over 40-something years. And money is no objection to him. I mean, no object to him. He keeps his personal stuff as nice as it can possibly be. But now when he buys one, he doesn't just buy anything off the shelf. It has to be in the top 1% for him to buy it. If it's not a 9.5 out of 10 or better, he won't buy it for himself to keep personally. So this was a nice RV to begin with. And he paid a lot of money for this thing. I mean, he's losing money at $139.9, but he's had it for a year. He's used it, put about 4,000 plus miles on it. He took a long trip out west for a few weeks, a couple of trips to Florida, and then just got back from 2 weeks down in the Keys. So, and he's, well, did a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, all reason he's selling it because he wanted to buy him another motorhome, and it's paid for, guys. It's not like he has a lien on it. It's not like he has to sell it to buy another one. NADA on this thing, retail with no added options, even though this thing probably has $25,000, $30,000 worth of options, because the diesel motor is an option. The four-wheel drive is an option. The air suspension is an option. The big inverter is an option. The solar and all these other features. He even put a really nice tire pressure monitoring system on all the tires. All that stuff. The new tires. He had new batteries put in when he bought it too. So every battery, the cranking battery, the house batteries, all that's brand new. And all that's brand spanking new, guys. And you know, when you consider all that, book's way over 150. And I'll flash that NAD up real quick. Hang on one second. And guys, like I said, this is not one that's been come out of an auction or a trade-in that somebody's let sit around for 3 or 4 years and not used. I mean, this is something that's been used. So let's go inside, take a look at this beautiful, very high quality Dynamax. And before we do that though, I'm gonna pop the drone up, show you the roof. Like I said, it's a fiberglass roof. There's that big 3,000 watt Freedom inverter. And hang tight, be right back. You see, guys, no worries up there. Let me show you a beautiful Super C. As we step inside, everything in here is original. The only thing he's added to it that wasn't factory, again, was a solar and the tire pressure monitoring system. Now I want you to look at a beautiful motorhome. You know, these are a different style Class C. These are a more, even though I know this thing sets up tall, but it's more of a rounded, lower profile motorhome. Notice the rounded walls. 6'5" height clearance on the inside, just like mine in a lot of ways. Solid wood cabinets. These are the same grade cabinets you would have in your own home. These are not the cheaper grade cabinets like you see in your mass-produced big box brand motorhomes. I do have a large Samsung television. Fantastic vent fans. Like I said, it does have the 360 over the air antenna. And we'll drive the motor home later in the video, and I'll show you what it looks like with the slide outs in. Seats look great. It's got the original sculptured carpet that Dynamax put in there. Backup camera. It's got the 3 backup camera systems. Man. And this, I'm probably not even going to be able to cover all the different systems it has. Look over here, guys. Your Xantrix inverter system, HWH computerized leveling, hydraulic rooms, heated tanks. 200, or guys, I messed up on the hours. 134 hours on the generator. It is a 6 kW diesel Onan. On-demand water heater, gas electric, DSI. No smoke or pet odors, of course. I mean, the furniture's immaculate, all leather. This is not the pleather stuff that flakes. This is all leather. Solid surface countertops, tile floor. I mean, you paid for the best, you get the best, and that's what this is. 33 foot long overall length, and it is an absolute beauty, guys. You know, these Dynamaxes remind me more of an airplane because of that rounded design and the colors in here than an RV. That's just maybe just me talking, but and I love the one I've got. I mean, yeah, it's older than this and smaller, but man, the build quality compared to what they make now is just, it's 3 to 1 better. Microwave convection oven, 2-burner stovetop. Now, they didn't really cook in here. I think they might have fixed breakfast once or twice, but that's about it. You do have a 8 cubic foot Norcold RV refrigerator freezer, and you can see how clean this thing is. You just got to understand how that is. I mean, they literally, and even growing up, this used to drive me crazy, but it taught me a lot of good things too. I mean, they literally got out of bed. Mom and Dad used to, when my mom was alive, they'd get out of bed, making the bed and vacuuming themselves out of the bedroom when I was growing up. So they are very, my dad is almost to the point he's a fanatical clean person about house and RV and all that stuff. Like, he's the kind of guy that you can drop over and look at his house, by his house anytime, and he doesn't have to straighten up or run around in a panic, and it looks immaculate. That's just the way he is. But and the same way with his RVs and his yard and everything else he owns, his cars. Sleeper sofa makes a bed. Solid wood table that folds down makes a bed. So while this table booth is not huge, it will still sleep 1 adult, maybe 2 small adults, a couple of kids, a couple of people on that. So we'll say it sleeps 5 to 6 people. Overhead cabinets. I mean, you look in all these cabinets, it's got the carpet and there's no stains in it. There's no signs of any leak damage. I mean, this is just a beautiful motorhome. You're not going to get one nicer than this used in any year model, period. Hands down, nothing nicer than this on the market used. I don't, you know, just because I know Dad, I know how he keeps stuff. And, you know, he wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't one of the nicest used motorhomes on the market he could find. And this isn't something, he actually went and bought this thing from a dealer. I mean, he don't care about money, he wants nice. I mean, he paid, I think, 75 grand for this thing, and put tires, batteries, solar, and all that other stuff on it. Stand-up shower looks great. It does have the power flush toilet. Fantastic vent fan in here. Air conditioner blow you out of here. Big furnace. Still got the original bedspread in here. Queen east-west bed, island bed. Another fantastic vent fan. television in here. I mean, there is no excuses for this motorhome whatsoever, besides he lost a wheel center that I've got coming for it. Drawers, storage underneath the bed. You've got a solid sliding door for privacy. Wow. Look at the original carpets, the original upholstery. Don't you dare buy this thing and start painting on it on the inside, guys. Don't you dare, because you're going to ruin a beautiful RV. I know a lot of people like to remodel them or whatever you want to call it. I call it ruining something like it. Ruins something like this. This is a beautiful, all original Dynamax. Wow. And let me tell you something, guys. If I was in a different point in my life where I could retire, you know, because when I retire, I'm planning on hitting the road for 2 or 3 years, seeing all the United States, going up into Canada. This is a rig like I would take that trip in. I mean, full-wheel drive, so, you know, if you get out in the snow or get somewhere you're not supposed to be, you know, you've got, I know that full-wheel drive adds weight to it, but I mean, it may drink a little bit more fuel than one without full-wheel drive, but somebody that can spend 140 grand on a motorhome is not really worried about fuel costs. Trust me on that. This would be a great motorhome for something like that, because, you know, as far as a motorhome's concerned, you can pretty much handle anything you run across. It does have dual diesel fuel tanks. I think overall this thing holds 59 gallons and change. You might want to fact check me on that. I'll put a factory brochure on our website with the listing at parkwayrvcenter.com, link in the video description below, with all the exact specifications and all that good stuff. So but I will tell you this, for the person that is looking for this motorhome and it's in your price range and budget, it's literally going to take you about 2 minutes when you set eyes on this thing in person to say, yes, I want it. That's how confident I am about the condition of this motorhome. Not even that long. When you see how nice it is, this thing's nicer than most used RVs that are 8 and 9 years newer. And I know, guys, $139,900 is, you know, I don't really like to do many motorhomes over that $100,000 price range, because I think that really limits your buyers. But guys, this one is a there is a market. There are people looking for motorhomes like this. Maybe not as much as like I was saying earlier, one of the big box brands, you know, Freedom Elites or Freelanders or, you know, Fleetwoods or whatever, Winnebagos or whatever. They're nice motorhomes for what they are, but they can't hold you know, that's like comparing a Kia to a base model Kia to a top of the line Mercedes. I mean, it's two totally different animals from each other. I mean, this right here, for those of you who know what this is, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, you step in I mean, if you come here in person and start looking at our RVs and you step in this thing right here first, you're just going to stick your nose up when you look at everything else on the lot as far as quality wise, because this right here will ruin you. Man, it is a beauty inside and out, guys. $139,900 and everything works on it. You know, I know I'm not going to go into the whole spiel about major systems inspection, because I know this motorhome. Come out, inspect it for yourself. See, you can see everything works on it. It's ready to go. It don't have to go through service. You come in, pay for it, take it home. Hire an inspector. You know, I always say hire an inspector on any used or new RV purchase. And yes, that's a good idea, because I know you don't know me. Besides my videos, you don't know my dad. I wouldn't. It's a waste of money, but on this particular one, but please do. Because again, guys, I'd put myself in your shoes. I wouldn't take my word for it. I'd want to see it for myself. And that's just common sense. You buy any used or even a brand new RV, of course, you want to look at it in person for yourself. Because looking at it in person, you know, videos and pictures are great, descriptions are great, but nothing beats actually looking at it through your own eyes, walking through it, sitting on the couch, sitting behind the driver's seat, test driving it, laying in the bed, standing up in the shower, picturing your stuff in here, picturing your family in here. Make sure that you think it's going to fit, because size perception is everything. Because a lot of times on camera, things look bigger or smaller than they do in real life to your personal perception. And of course, guys, condition too. Everybody's got different opinions about how nice a 2012 motorhome is supposed to be nice enough for themselves and their personal standards. You know, you ask 10 different people how nice this motorhome is on a scale from 1 to 10, you're going to hear 10 different answers. And the thing about opinions is nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just everybody's got different standards. I give this thing a 9.999, 1 out of 10. I don't give nothing a 10 out of 10. But by gosh, this is as close as you can get to that. Now, I'm not saying that because I want you to buy it, but I'm just telling you, stepping back and looking at it objectively, this is as nice as they come for a used RV, period. And I'm not even saying the year model or the price. I'm saying this is as nice as a used RV gets. I don't care if it's a 2002 model or a used 2021 model. This is as nice as a used RV gets right here in this one, this Dynamax right here, period. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know, and guys, I know this is out of a lot of people's price range. And just because it may be out of your particular price range doesn't mean it's too expensive. Look online. There's some of these out there for a lot more money than this. Not near as nice condition. I would trust this one 2 to 1 over those other ones. I mean, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Don't let this one get away. This is probably, and I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably the nicest Class C. Definitely one of the most expensive ones I've ever filmed. I think I've done a Super C before that was more money than this, but definitely not nicer than this. Come out and take a look at it for yourself. If you like it, hire an inspector to come out and look at it. I would suggest leaving a deposit on it though pretty quick, because this thing's going to sell fast. We do, and I'm going to run it through the dealership. I know this is Dad's personal one. We've got a clear title. He didn't finance anything, obviously, so that we can provide financing for the potential buyer. We can take trade-ins and all that stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to run it through the dealership so you can get all the, and of course, you know, you can come look at it. We'll show you everything works on it. And I know nobody can technically guarantee everything to work on it, but I know my dad. I know how he keeps stuff. Everything I've touched on this thing just fires right up, works. And he just got back from a 2-week trip in it, so. New tires, new batteries, well, new within the past year. So all that's good. You don't have to worry about getting something with, you know, 7, 8, 10-year-old tires on it. They're Michelin's. That's all he buys personally for his motorhomes, or Michelin's. We have a difference of opinion on that, but that's him. And guys, check it out. So hang tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video for a minute, go and put the awnings in, close the bays, and I'm going to bring the slide outs in and show you what it looks like with the slide outs in. Then, as always, I'm going to get one of my salespeople, probably Shane, to take a ride with us. And I'm going to drive it, which I know how this thing drives. I've driven it a couple times. It drives like a dream. I mean, wow. That diesel, and they still use it today, that 6.7 Powerstroke is absolutely quiet, smooth. It's quieter than a gas motor. Even at idle, thing's just super, super quiet. And definitely got more power than a gas motor. Even though I know this year, with the V10 motor, has 362 horsepower, but that diesel motor has got almost twice the torque. Well, not twice, but 200 240, 230 more pound-feet of torque. That's where your power comes from, not from horsepower. And this thing tows more than a gas will too, and gets better mileage. And I know, yeah, you can get pros and cons either way, but for diesel versus gas, I mean, there's pros and cons each way. You know, diesel costs more to maintain, more to service, more to buy the fuel for, but you get an engine life that's 3 times or more that of a gas, and a lot more heavy duty, 2-ton chassis. Anyway, guys, 706-965-7929 is the number here at the lot. If you want to talk to Dad directly, and I don't usually give his number out, but I did on that car video I did the other day, so if you want to talk to him directly and ask him questions about this motorhome, his number is 423-605-6747. He has no problem talking to you about this motorhome. We will take trade-ins, and again, we do have some great long-term financing with approved credit and down payment. And we can also, if you need long-distance delivery, we can also put you in touch with an awesome company that's licensed, insured, bonded for long-distance delivery service. So they can take care of all the details getting it to you, or wherever you want to take it to. They can even give you an education and set it up for you, or whatever you need them to do. They're very, very good company, and we'll definitely give you their contact information if you want it delivered. But anyway, guys, we do take trade-ins again, and again, we have finance available with approved credit. Go to my website, parkwayrvcenter.com, to see information about our inventory. I see it. This is the only one I've got like this. Now, I do have another Super C coming out, but it's not four-wheel drive, and it's nothing. I mean, it's nice for what it is, but it's nothing like this. It's a Thor Outlaw, so it's actually a toy hauler Super C. I'll have it out here probably in the next few days, but it's gonna be a lot less money too. But yeah, guys, if you want the best, you want one that's loaded, you want one that's just in impeccable condition, this is it right here. Hang tight. I'll see you in a second with the slide outs in. All right, everybody, we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the outside with the rooms in, then we'll go on the inside, but with everything put up too. Some nice clean lines, everything goes up good like it's supposed to. And of course, you can see the paint on the compartment doors and stuff that were open before all looks just like the rest of it, which is immaculate. And of course, guys, you know, when you close your slide outs, you want to make sure your awning's put up and secure. Make sure all your outside bays are closed, latched, and locked, which they are. See, everything looks good. Man, that's a good looking motorhome. Love that color. Now, of course, you know the slide out procedure. Of course, you want to make sure your driver's side seat is out of the way. Motor's got to be running. Parking brake's got to be set. Step inside. Slide out switch for your main slide is in this compartment door right here. Bring it all the way in till the seal can connect. This is a very deep slide, very deep slide. So this is the one thing I don't like about it. Now, for an average adult, somebody who's not big, this is not a problem, or a kid. But for me, it is. I can't fit through there. Like I said, if I was, you know, 200 pounds, yeah, no problem. But I'm 310 pounds, guys. I can't squeeze through there. So, but if you were, weren't big, or if you were average size, no problem. Or kids, no problem. You get to your bathroom, you can go down there, lay down, take a nap. But unfortunately, I can't get back there to show you. So, your other slide out switch is right over here, which is also hydraulic, right there next to the sink. And again, just push the button until it comes in. So anyway, let me get somebody loaded up for a cameraman, and we'll take it down the road. But again, guys, if you're skinny or even average size, you can get through there. If you're large or extra large like me, you're not going to be able to. Now, if I just absolutely had to, an emergency, and I mean really just pushed and pushed and pushed and sucked in my gut, I could probably get through there. I mean, if I bent my body to the contours of that slide with that curved wall, I could probably get through there, but in an emergency. But no, I'm not going to do that. So hang tight, guys, and we'll see. I'll see you just a minute from the driver's seat. All right, everybody, now we're going to test drive this 2012 F-Series Dynamax. Got my good buddy Shane going to be our cameraman for today. So if you've got any interest in this motorhome at all, give him a call or a text on the cell number. What's your number, Shane?
That's right. It's 423-347-8478.
Don't expect this one to be on the market very long. You know, I know this is a higher price range than we normally list, but again, this is that kind of RV. So we're going to take it down the road and see how she rides and drives and go from there. And this thing does turn incredibly well for a 550 chassis. And of course, you do have the four-wheel drive selector here, and it does have a 6-speed torque shift transmission instead of the 5-speed you find in the 450 chassis. And at only 33 feet, it's still easy enough to maneuver around, get into older parts, state parks, and all that stuff too. So. Wait a minute. There we go. Well, we got a whopping 100 feet. That's all right, though. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but it does have the built-in navigation on the radio. And we do have a built-in brake controller as well. Hang on one second.
I think we should answer him just to see.
Awesome.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. Bye.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. Bye. You said check the back tire.
Going up the hill here. Let's see what this thing can feel like. Man, this thing's smooth. I feel more like I'm driving a pickup truck than I am a motorhome. Oh, we're just cruising. We're at 47, 48. Oh yeah. I love these 6.7 Powerstroke. Amazing how smooth and quiet they are. And we're going to get it up the interstate here, see what it can do. get on it a little bit. Let's see here. 50. And we're up to 65. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. We'll hit the cruise control. We'll try it out. Cruise control set. Man, we just sit there cruising, guys. Oh yeah, it's definitely an easy one to go down the road in. Oh yeah. Shoot, guys, I can do this all day long. I mean, this thing just turns and drives so easy. Huge difference between this and just a regular run-of-the-mill C-Class. But a huge difference in the price too, so like anything else in life, you get what you pay for. Brakes feel great. Excuse me. But shoot, guys, don't just take my word for it. Come check it out for yourself. Give Shane a call or a text. What's your number, Shane?
It's 423-347-8478.
Smash us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, guys, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.